This is Arbaz. This time I'm in Camp 3 with two Sherpas. This is about 7,200 meters.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to this very special, very exclusive edition of Sports Extra. I'm your host, Ahmed Nawaz. Now, a metaphor has often been used that has been said that reach for the skies. And we've often tried to do that in every field of life we've been through, or every career we've been through. But, in this edition of Sports Extra, we've got a person who's actually reached for the sky and he's managed to be there. He's managed to achieve that very metaphor into reality as well. When he was 6 years old, he said that he used to graze his cattle over the mountains and he used to see them, and he had a dream of reaching for the skies, and he did it. He's done it, he's been doing it ever since, and he still wants to aim even higher and higher. I'm talking about the pride of Pakistan, our very own, the hero and the legend that he is soon to become, Mr. Sirbaz Khan. Sirbaz, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to Sports Extra. It's a great honor having you on the show. And with him we have a person and of course an organization who've been supporting people like Sirbaz, who've been supporting heroes for Pakistan, and who have been actually, the backbone behind them, the real support behind them, and have been getting all of these people to that limelight as well. I've got the senior manager for marketing and communications for Serena Hotels, Mr. Hussain Udwani. Hussain, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Right, Sirbaz, I'm going to start with this, a little piece I read about you, that when you were 6 years old, you told us that there was a story to this. You used to go out with your animals and, graze them, graze your cattle, and used to see those mountains. So where did this journey all start from?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. पहला तो मेरा ताल्लुक़ एक ऐसी जगह से है, हुंजा, जो कि पहाड़ों के दरमियान में वाक़ है. तो ऑफ कोर्स जब मैं 6 साल का था, ये 90s की बात है, 94, 95, 96 की, तो वहाँ पे माल मवेशी हुआ करते थे. अभी तो वो ख़त्म हुआ है. तो मैं उनके साथ, मेरा एक लेट अंकल अब्दुल हकीम के साथ जाया करता था पहाड़ पे. तो तब से मेरे अंदर एक पहाड़ से दिल लगी थी. तो वो दिल लगी बात में, क्योंकि वो उस वक्त मुझे पता नहीं था कि कोह पैमाई क्या होती है, क्लाइंबिंग, माउंटेनियरिंग क्या होती है. लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि उसी वक्त से मेरे अंदर 50% यानी ये शौक़ और ये मेरा माउंटेनियर बनने का आदा वो मेरे अंदर आया हुआ था. तो बाद में मैंने मैट्रिक के बाद 2004 में मैं पहली दफ़ा K2 का मैंने ट्रिक किया समर वेकेशंस में. उसके बाद फिर मैंने अपना तालीम भी जारी रखा BCom तक. उसके बाद फिर मैंने प्रॉपर इस टूरिज़म इंडस्ट्री में मैंने काम स्टार्ट किया एज ए किचन क्रू. फिर उसके बाद मैंने 2016 में अपना क्लाइंबिंग का फ़र्स्ट टाइम K2 पे मैंने अटेम्प्ट किया. उसमें मेरा फेलियर हुआ. लेकिन 2017 में मैंने द फर्स्ट ऑटम आई ट्राई नंगा पर्वत. तो उसमें पहले अटेम्प्ट मैंने नंगा पर्वत की, जो कि किलर दुनिया में कहा जाता है किलर माउंटेन, तो उसको मैंने किया. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट ईयर 2018 में मैंने K2, जो कि दुनिया का दूसरा बुलंद तरीन पहाड़ है, उस पर मैंने अटेम्प्ट किया विदाउट ऑक्सीजन, विदाउट सप्लीमेंट्री ऑक्सीजन. उसमें भी मेरी कामयाबी हुई. और इस साल सरीना ने मुझे स्पॉन्सर किया हिमालय के पहाड़ों में, नेपाल का, जो कि माउंट लुत्स है, दुनिया का चौथा बुलंद तरीन पहाड़ है. तो इसमें भी मुझे सक्सेस मिल गई.
Right, Hussain, I want to talk about the success story from the very beginning. A guy who hails from Aliabad in Hunza, dreaming about reaching for the sky, seeing these mountains. His first expedition was Nanga Parbat, which is a killer mountain, and very experienced climbers don't take that risk. What is that success story that inspired Serena Hotels to be part of this?
Very rightly said, Ahmed. Is the most important thing for the upcoming talent is that one achievement is not enough. He needs to be highlighted in a proper way, and he needs to get that support from the government and from the organizations to reach where he wished to do. And we had a discussion, and I found him very passionate about this thing. And he told me that he has a desire to summit 14 highest peaks in the world. That is about 8,000 meters. And I believe that if we go for about 8,000, if I'm correct, this is the death zone in this field. So the passion really inspired us, and he proved to be a great asset for the country, and we are proud of him. In fact, it's a great honor, I am sure, for you, for me as well, for sitting with him right now and just sharing the victory.
I want to make it very understandable for the viewers that there is another record that you hold as well, and that is summiting many peaks without oxygen. Tell me about this as well, because this is something we don't normally come across. Oxygen becomes a necessity after a certain elevation, but you tend to do it without it. How is that possible?
बिकॉज मेरा एक ख्वाब है कि मैं, और मेरा मिशन भी इसी तरह का है कि मैं विदाउट ऑक्सीजन दुनिया के 14 जो पीक है वो 8,000 के, मैं इनको कंप्लीट करूं एज सुन एज पॉसिबल. तो मैंने इसको, जो मेरा ख्वाब है, इसको मैं कंप्लीट करने जा रहा हूं. ऑलरेडी मैंने 3 जो कि दुनिया के ख़तरनाक पीक से मैं कर चुका हूं.
Without oxygen?
यस, विदाउट सप्लीमेंट्री ऑक्सीजन. तो मेरा प्लान है कि मैं 11 जो मेरे बाकाया है, मैं उनके ऊपर भी अपना पाकिस्तान का फ्लैग लहरा हूँ.
Right, there is another very important thing, and that's how much weight does a mountaineer or a climber carry with him. Now, I understand before the show we were talking about the concept of Sherpa with climbers as well. What about you? What's the difference?
क्योंकि मेरा मिशन ही ऐसा था कि मैं विदाउट सप्लीमेंट्री ऑक्सीजन और विदाउट शेरपा, क्योंकि हर चीज़ मैंने खुद करनी थी बेस कैंप से ऊपर. अपना टेंट, अपना फूड, अपना जो क्लाइंबिंग गियर, हर चीज़ मैंने खुद कैरी करनी थी. तो मुझे दूसरों से ज़्यादा मुझे काम करना था अपना मिशन को कंप्लीट करने के लिए.
This tends to be astonishing because, like I said, without supplementary oxygen, you're already posing yourself to a risk. Then carrying your own weight,
Really aggressive.
really aggressive climbing. But once again, I want to come to this point that people like him, and he's got some role models as well. These are people who are sometimes hidden away from that limelight. And it's very important for public-private partnership in this regard, where organizations like you, Serena Hotels, does recognize them, because without this recognition, their mission tends to be achievable, but it doesn't become such a big scale for the entire country.
Like I earlier mentioned, that if we talk about an individual or we talk about the federation, you must be knowing that Serena, under its sports diplomacy, also collaborate with different federations to support the international squash, international tennis and all that. So for the individual as well as for the federations, it's very important for them to get a good support from the corporates as well as the government. Otherwise, there will only be the desire. It cannot be materialized. So Serena is playing their role in the community upliftment, bringing up the talents. If we talk about the PTV World, we recently did a collaboration with PTV for the Sarangi Music Initiative. That comes under cultural diplomacy. So in Sarangi, we do a talent hunt of young musicians, singers. We bring them to a platform and we promote them. We make a music video for them. We give them an album as a gift. And we give them something through which they can move forward in their life. So I believe the support is very important, and I'm glad that in Pakistan, now the community initiatives and corporate social responsibility is coming in picture, and other organizations are also coming in this. But Serena's, the total philosophy is based on this thing.
But Hussain, the name says a lot. I understand you've got a cultural diplomacy, a public diplomacy, sports diplomacy as well. But this time it's adventure diplomacy, so the name says it all.
Name says it all. I would mention you how this started. Everyone knows Samina Beg.
Yes.
She was a small girl who came to our CEO, Mr. Aziz Bolani, that she wants to summit the highest peaks in all the 7 continents. And it seemed like impossible, but still Serena collaborated. They created a group, the Adventure Group, in which we gathered all the diplomatic missions related to that area. And those 7 diplomatic missions, along with Serena Hotels, supported Samina Beg and Mirza Beg for the summit. And today, Samina Beg is a big name, everyone knows her.
Sirbaz, you have 2 role models when you were growing up. One of them was the first Pakistani to get to the top of Mount Everest. The other one was the first Pakistani to summit K2. Tell me about those role models and how important were they for you to realize this as a career?
क्योंकि जब से मैंने होश संभाला है, मैंने जाना है क्लाइंबिंग के माउंटेनियर्स के बारे में। मैंने अशरफ अमान जो कि फर्स्ट K2 समिटर है पाकिस्तान का, और नज़ीर साबिर जो कि फर्स्ट समिटर एवरेस्ट है, दोनों मेरे लिए रोल मॉडल है। ऑफ कोर्स वो हमजा से उनका दोनों का ताल्लुक़ सेंट्रल हमजा से है और पूरे पाकिस्तान में नहीं पूरी दुनिया में मशहूर है। तो उनसे मैं इंस्पायर हुआ और
And now because you are becoming a role model for the next generation, there are many young people who want to become the next Sirbaz Khan. But obviously if we talk about mountain climbing or being a mountaineer, it is a very expensive something.
हाँ बिल्कुल, ये एक बहुत एडवेंचर क्लाइंबिंग एक बहुत ही आपको आपकी एक्सपेंसिव वो है। पाकिस्तान में मसला नहीं है, पाकिस्तान में इतना वो नहीं है। आप हिमालय के पहाड़ों में चढ़ने के लिए, हिमालय के पहाड़ों को सर करने के लिए आपको फाइनेंशियली बहुत ज़रूरत होती है।
And what about the gear? Because we understand that there is a, like you mentioned, there's a lot of mountain gear involved in this as well. So let's just highlight what things do you have in your bag that you're carrying up to the mountains. What is that mountain gear for our viewers?
क्योंकि मेरे लिए मैंने हर चीज़ को खुद कैरी करना होता है, क्योंकि मैंने एक ऐसा मिशन स्टार्ट किया है विदाउट सप्लीमेंट्री ऑक्सीजन और विदाउट शेरपा। क्लाइंबिंग के दौरान तो गेयर ज़्यादातर आप पहने हुए होते हैं, लेकिन उसके अलावा आपको टेंट होती है, आपका मेट्रेस होती है, आपका स्लीपिंग बैग होती है, आपका चूल्हा होता है जो हाई एल्टीट्यूड के लिए आप ऑक्सीजन EPI गैस बोलते हैं, जो हाई प्रेशर गैस होती है, जो आपको ऊपर पानी बनाने के लिए, आपको जो खाना बनाने के लिए वो ज़रूरत की चीज़ें सारे आपको कैरी करनी होती है, जो कि 20-25 के दरमियान में
And the most important thing, the camera should be in the bag.
The camera, yes. I mean, we have a picture in this background, and taking this picture must be astonishing, because I was wondering how would my mobile phone work in those freezing conditions. So it is something huge as well.
ये बड़ा वो करता है कि मैटर करता है कि आपका बैटरी सेव करना होता है, खासकर समिट के दिन, जो लास्ट दिन आपको ये पिक्चर खींचने के लिए आपको बैटरी सेव।
The most important picture.
बिल्कुल। तो जब मैं पहुंचा, मेरे पास GoPro 7 था। जब मैं टॉप पे जाके मैंने ऑन किया तो बैटरी डेड।
Then what did you do?
मेरा दिल ने चाहा कि मैं इसको फेंक दूं, क्योंकि मेरा कोई काम का नहीं है अभी, क्योंकि मैं इसी मकसद के लिए गया था कि मैं उसको, लेकिन मेरा एक चाइनीज़ दोस्त था, उसने मेरा ये तस्वीरें खींच ली।
So Pakistan, China, made in China, but this tells us Pakistan-China friendship is even more stronger.
वहाँ पे मुझे काम आया पाकिस्तान और जो चाइना का दोस्ती है।
And we do say Pakistan-China friendship higher than the mountains, and Sirbaz has practically experimented in that as well. But like I mentioned, Hussain, climbing is not a very cheap sport or a career to follow. And unfortunately, considering the scenarios around Pakistan, this is an expensive career, and obviously without support it doesn't seem to be possible, because as the gear he was discussing as well, I understand there would be a lot of technicalities and technical equipment with it. This is something which not everybody can afford.
Definitely. When he came to us and when we finalized everything, so he came to me with a long list, and it was like long.
A long list.
It was a long list. It took me like 2 hours to go through each and every item, that what's needed and what's not. Frankly, half of them I didn't understand what exactly they are. Then I called them and I was like, just brief me what exactly these gadgets do, and do we really need it? And if also if we are doing it without oxygen, then the gadget should be top of the line and everything should be proper. It cannot be like, we cannot keep any loose holes in it. So there is a company, I believe in Nepal, Imagine Nepal. So they sent us the detailed plan on his summit, what will be the days, how will he move from Kathmandu to the base camp, and all the itinerary as well as all the gadgets required, its budget and everything. So I would say that Sirbaz proved himself to be a very professional in all this, and we were directly in contact with the companies there in Nepal for his sponsorship, and everything went very well, mashallah. And hopefully next year now he's planning to go for Mount Everest. So
That too without supplementary oxygen.
that too without supplement. There is no option of oxygen.
Do you even breathe normal oxygen? I mean, I want to ask you this. Normal oxygen, considering the fact, but Hussain, this brings us to another very important point, that climbing is not just going outside, seeing a mountain and climbing it. It has to be planned. There should be a strategy over
Very
there, and
well
everything
planned.
needs to be documented.
Definitely,
obviously.
it should be very well planned. And like I mentioned, the company sent us, like along with the timings, that this will be the time he will be here, he will be there. Because once he go to the base camp, after that, even our connection with him goes down. But that company also arranged the special phones that works there, and there were the documentary makers who will do all his pictures and videos, and his insurance, and each and everything was
Is their
included in the package. The only responsibility they didn't took was his life, and
That was his own.
That was his own.
Right. I want you to give me the most, we call Nanga Parbat the killer mountain. Why is it called the killer mountain?
क्योंकि उस पे जो डेथ रेशो है उस पे ज़्यादा है.
Why? Why is that? I mean, you've got
क्योंकि-
Mount Everest, which is even higher, but then again, Nanga Parbat, for international mountaineers, is considered the most challenging mountain in the world. Why?
बिल्कुल जो भी 8000 पे 14 के लिए ट्राई करता है, उनका जो आखिरी पीक्स होते हैं वो K2 और नंगा पर्वत होते हैं. इसमें ज़्यादा स्टीप है और रॉकी ज़्यादा है, और इसमें ख़तरा ज़्यादा है. इसमें एवलांचेस का भी ज़्यादा ख़तरा है, क्योंकि मैंने 15 साल तकरीबन मैंने टूरिज़म में काम किया है. उनमें जितने भी मैंने माउंटेनियर्स जो मैंने अच्छे जो फेमस दुनिया के हैं, उनको मैंने देखा कि वो उनका आखिरी 11वां 12वां 13 14वां जो पीक्स होते हैं वो K2 और नंगा पर्वत को अटेम्प्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. तो मैं अपने आप को खुशकिस्मत समझता हूँ कि मैंने अपने
first one was Nanga Parbat.
मैंने नंगा पर्वत और K2 मेरे पहले ही
Expeditions.
एक्सपीडिशंस मेरे कामयाब हुए हैं.
But let's talk about Mount Everest. This year has been a little tough for Mount Everest. There have been a lot of unfortunate deaths involved. Some people are claiming that it is because it's too overcrowded. There are too many people.
traffic.
But what is the reason behind all of this now?
क्योंकि मैंने एवरेस्ट में ये देखा कि जिनको सही तरह जो सही ट्रेन है, जिनको बेसिक्स का पता नहीं है क्लाइंबिंग का, वो आए हुए थे. वहाँ पे वो पैसे खर्च करते हैं और आ जाते हैं, लेकिन उनको सही क्लाइंबिंग का
They're
पता,
not that experienced to do that. sir.
यस, उनको एक्सपीरियंस किसी के पास नहीं है. वो तकरीबन आधा फर्स्ट टाइम वो किसी पीक पे चढ़ रहे थे, वो एवरेस्ट था उनका. मुझे शौक हुआ कि
That's
उनको-
aggressive too.
Yeah. Why are they doing this? But I want you to tell me the feeling now. When, like Hussain was mentioning as well, what is that feeling when you're on top of that mountain, whether it's K2, Nanga Parbat, or Mount Lhotse, which you just did, and now Everest, inshallah, very soon. What is that feeling of standing on top of the mountain holding the Pakistan flag?
क्योंकि मेरा ज़िंदगी का मकसद ही है कि मैं पहाड़ों पे चढ़ूं. भी मेरा प्रोफेशन, मेरा सब कुछ यही है. तो जब भी मैं टॉप पे पहुंचता हूं, पहले तो सजदा करता हूं, उसके बाद मैं बयान नहीं कर सकता कि मैं पाकिस्तान का फ्लैग
The magical feeling. Yes. You were due to do Mount Everest after Mount Lhotse as well, I understand. But something went wrong. You got an injury. What happened?
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि इस साल बहुत ही सर्दी थी वहाँ पे और हमें बहुत देर फोकस भी सही नहीं मिला। लेकिन जब हम कैंप 3 पहुँचे तो टोटली उसका अपोजिट था, हवा ज़्यादा चल रही थी और क्योंकि हमने प्लान बना के गए थे नीचे से, तो हमें ज़्यादा मुश्किल का सामना करना पड़ा और मेरा थोड़ा फ्रोज बाइट भी हुआ क्योंकि मैं विदाउट सप्लीमेंट्री ऑक्सीजन था। जो मेरे साथ जो दूसरे क्लाइंबर थे वो ऑक्सीजन के साथ थे, फिर भी उनमें से भी 2 का फ्रोज बाइट उनका टो में हुआ था। इस वजह से मुझे फिर डॉक्टर की हिदायत के मुताबिक मुझे एवरेस्ट के लिए फिर एवरेस्ट का जो मेरा प्लान था, मिशन था, उसको कैंसिल करना पड़ा।
But what is frostbite? If you want to understand how does frostbite happen and what is the proper way to survive frostbite?
असल में फ्रोज बाइट ये है कि आप जब आप 7,500 मीटर से ऊपर जाते हैं तो वहाँ पे आपको जो ऑक्सीजन का लेवल है वो ज़्यादा गिर जाता है और डेथ जोन कहा जाता है। 8,000 से ऊपर का जो डिस्टेंस है उसको डेथ जोन कहा जाता है। वहाँ पर आपको ब्लड, आपके जिस्म में ऑक्सीजन की जो मकदार है वो लो हो जाती है और आपका जहन सही काम नहीं करता क्योंकि आपके ब्रेन को ऑक्सीजन सही नहीं मिल रही होती है, आपकी बॉडी को ब्लड सर्कुलेशन सही नहीं हो रही होती है। तो आपको क्योंकि -31 थी जिस दिन हम समिट पे जा रहे 31, तो मुझे इतना पता भी नहीं चला उस टाइम क्योंकि मैं अपना एक मिशन पे जा रहा था। एक मेरा ये था कि मैंने उसके पीछे मेरा मेहनत थी 45 डेज़ की और उससे पहले की जब मैं यहाँ पे था 2.5 महीने की ट्रेनिंग थी मेरी। तो मैं मैंने अपना मिशन जारी रखा तो मुझे फील नहीं हुआ कि मेरा पाँव फ्रोज बाइट हुए। और जब मैं दोबारा कैंप 4 आया, कैंप 4 की हाइट तकरीबन 7,600 मीटर है, तो वहाँ पे मुझे थोड़ा ऑक्सीजन जो टॉप पे था उससे मुझे थोड़ा मेरे ब्लड में वो फिर मुझे महसूस हुआ कि मेरा कुछ मसला हुआ है। फिर मैंने देखा तो मेरा पाँव में फ्रोज बाइट हुआ।
What was the reaction back here when you heard that Everest trip got cancelled?
One fine day, I saw his news that he has summited Mount Lhotse, and the next day he called me in the morning, and he told me about his story, and he shared all the reports of the doctors and the images and all that. So we also recommended him that he should not take that risk because nothing is more than
Your
health.
life.
Yes, life and health. So we told him that it's always next time you have achieved one summit, so just come back, just give yourself some time, and then you can move on with your other plans. Hopefully next year he plans to do Everest as well. So I think he took a right decision not to do it because I was afraid that he's so aggressive and passionate that
He would go for it, yeah.
he might go for it. But I think he took a right decision, and I'm glad he got the right doctors to suggest
to
him.
tell him not to do it as well, which is very important. But you back home now, Sirbaz Khan now back in Aliabad in central Hunza. How do the people of the area feel about you and your achievements?
क्योंकि मैं कल पहुंचा हूँ, कल से मुझे कॉलें आ रही है कि आप कब आ रहे हो, हम आपका वेट कर रहे हैं, तो हम आपको वेलकम। क्योंकि मैं ऑलरेडी K2 और जब मैं करके गया हूँ तो हुंजा के, ख़ासकर हुंजा के जो मेरे अलीबाद के और हुंजा सेंटर हुंजा के जो लोगों ने जितना मुझे हौसला दिया है वो मैं बयान नहीं कर सकता। उन्होंने मुझे तकरीबन
as far as I know about that area, everyone will be really waiting for his arrival and welcoming him in their traditional way. So at this moment we had a press conference, we had this interview, and a lot of things is lined up because this is a time to highlight Sirbaz Khan.
And obviously in Aliabad it must be a festival when you go back. It would be celebrations and Eid before an Eid obviously.
बिल्कुल वो कह रहे हैं कि आप ईद के बाद आएँ क्योंकि रमज़ान में हम डोल शोल नहीं बजा सकते हैं क्योंकि हम इसलिए इस्लामिक उसके लिहाज से, तो आप ईद के बाद आ जाए तो हम आपको गिलगित में रिसीव करेंगे डोल शोल लेके। फिर मैं कहता हूँ कि क्योंकि मेरा बेटे का कल सालगिरह भी था, मैंने ऑलरेडी मैं मिस कर चुका हूँ सेकंड बर्थडे मेरा बेटे का। तो
Now because you have a son, you have a family, there is a lot of risk and danger involved in this. How does the family support this?
क्योंकि फैमिली की खासकर पेरेंट्स की दुआएं हमेशा मेरे साथ रही हैं, क्योंकि मेरे वालिदा को बहुत डर लगता है मेरे इस जो मेरा एडवेंचर है इससे, फिर भी वो हमेशा मेरे लिए दुआ करते हैं और उनकी दुआओं की वजह से आज मैंने
And what about your son? Do you see him becoming the next Sirbaz Khan as well? Or now, because you're a parent, do you want him not to take the risk?
नहीं, मेरी वाइफ
We'll never let you do that. one
मुझे
is
नहीं
the-
लगता कि मेरा बेटा मेरे नक्श कदम पे चलेगा।
But what's the plan now? Tell me about the future plan. When is, like Hussain mentioned, next year you're planning for Everest. What do you plan after your injury, because you have to recover as well?
इंशाल्लाह मेरा ये अगर रिकवर हो गया तो मैं नेक्स्ट जून में मैं ब्रॉड पीक को ट्राई करने जा रहा हूँ।
And without
This-
supplement.
this
यस,
This June.
दिस जून, यस।
This June. Oh, that
क्योंकि
means in
मेरा
a couple
जो
of days. Probably.
अमेजन नेपाल का टीम आ रही है 15 तारीख को जून की, और मैं 20 से 25 तक में निकलूँगा।
So will this be you by yourself or a team expedition?
टीम एक्सपेडिशन।
Team expedition. And
Imagine
this would be
Nepal.
again without supplementary oxygen.
यस, ऑफ कोर्स।
So he's not given himself much of a time to recover.
जिस दिन मैं ऑक्सीजन इस्तेमाल करना स्टार्ट करूँगा, जो कि मैंने नहीं किया है एक पीक, मैं क्लाइंबिंग छोड़ दूँगा।
You know, he's given that statement that when he uses oxygen, he will leave climbing when he has to use that. We hope that he doesn't get to that point. But Hussain, this does mean that he's given himself no time to recover. He's just come back to
Yes,
meet
I
his son
just,
and he's going back.
yes,
लेकिन
he-
मैं अगर मैंने ऑलरेडी मैं K2 कर चुका, अगर मैं दूसरी दफ़ा करूँगा तो मैं बगैर ऑक्सीजन के नहीं करूँ, मैं विद ऑक्सीजन करूँगा,
With oxygen. Right.
क्योंकि मेरा 14 डिफरेंट जो है उन पे मैं विदाउट ऑक्सीजन जा रहा हूँ।
One by one.
बिल्कुल।
Yes.
He just mentioned me before this show that he's planning for the Broad Peak in June, and I was like, okay, you have at least 1 year for this. He was like, no, I'm going in 2 weeks. Because the injury is very deep, I believe, and he has to give himself a good time for the recovery, because it's all the foot legs that he's passionate about. Actually, he's totally dependent. They have to do the working. So I think he should give a proper rest and a treatment, and then he should move to the next mission.
There are a lot of people out there now, by listening to your story, especially by looking at this picture, I want to do this as well. But unfortunately, I don't know the dynamics. What is your message out there for all of these people, young children or people of good enough age, mature people, if they want to start climbing, what is the first step?
क्योंकि बेसिक सीखना होता है इसमें, आपको टेक्निकल चीज़ें, खासकर टेक्निकल चीज़ें, क्योंकि आप जब क्लाइंबिंग कर रहे होते हैं खासकर 8000 पीक्स पे, तो आपको एक छोटी सी गलती आपका जानलेवा हो सकती है। बिल्कुल, आपकी छोटी सी, जिस तरह पिछले साल 2018 में हमारे साथ एक जापान का एक क्लाइंबर था, उसने अब 2 महीने मेहनत करके वो टॉप करके आया। उसकी एक छोटी सी गलती, उसने अपना जो सेफ्टी हुक था उसमें एक छोटी सी गलती किया उसने, वो भी K2 के ख़तरनाक पॉइंट पे वो स्लिप हो गया और he died. वो हमारे सामने ही उसकी डेथ हुई।
In fact, if we talk about Colonel Jabbar Bhatti, who did Everest last few years back, so after the summit, I believe he lost his 9 fingers as well. So it's a very, very difficult thing to do, actually.
To achieve and
To
obviously
achieve,
to
yeah.
follow as
Yeah.
well.
अभी जिस तरह एवरेस्ट पे 9 to 10
Yes, there have
कैजुअलिटीज
been a
हुई।
lot of deaths on Everest. Yes. This year has been rated the most dangerous for Everest so far.
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि इससे पहले कभी इस तरह के कैजुअलिटीज नहीं हुई।
And I believe one was part of his team member, I believe. There were 3 of you, one of who passed away.
नहीं, हाँ, इस साल नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि हम जो लुत्फ से ट्राई कर रहा था एक विदाउट ऑक्सीजन, उसमें से एक के हम 4-5 दिन बाद उसकी डेथ कैंप 4 में हुई। विदाउट ऑक्सीजन करके आया, लेकिन उसको शायद हाइपोथर्मिया का वो हुआ और वहाँ पे उसकी।
Right. So I understand that it's not an easy job, and I have to think twice before doing this. And I guess I'm not going home just for considering this career. But once again, you're making Pakistan proud. You're our national hero. I am as more honored as anybody can be sitting next to you. You know, I've done interviews with many personalities, but I must say this is the most honored I've ever been sitting next to a person who's really, done something for Pakistan. And at the end of the day, you can say that you've played your part for Pakistan. I wish you the best of success.
Thank
I
you.
sincerely hope that June becomes the month when you do Mount Everest and inshallah give us good news as well. And at this point, I want to appreciate, obviously, Hussein, you and your team, Serena Hotels in general, because just supporting them is certainly a huge cause. And I'm pretty sure that once he does Everest, we will have even more the glory in the world.
Definitely, and I must say that our CEO, Mr. Aziz Bulani, is too much into this community initiatives, and whenever he finds out about any upcoming talents, he just sends us the note that we should do something for this person. So Serena will keep on supporting this kind of talent, and our support is always there with Sirbaz Khan, and we hope that he achieves what he wished to do, that is the 14 mission, right? And thank you to PTV World for having us here, and I think this is the right platform. Being his first interview, being a national television, is good that this is the best platform through which he can, the world can see him.
But we can say Sports Extra is making heroes as well now. We
Definitely.
recognize him. Before we wrap up, I want you to give a final message to all of your fans out there, the entire Pakistani nation that is supporting you. What message would you like to give to them?
बस यही है कि वो यंग जो भी इस फील्ड में आना चाहते हैं उनके लिए सपोर्ट करे गवर्नमेंट को, क्योंकि अभी तक कोई ख़ास सपोर्ट नहीं है इस फील्ड के लिए, एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स है, क्लाइंबिंग, माउंटेनियरिंग, क्योंकि हमारा गिलगित बल्चिस्तान माउंटेन्स और टूरिज़म का हब है, तो इसको प्रमोट करना चाहिए.
And one of the most beautiful places in Pakistan, Hunza, definitely.
If we see the past few months of the government, they are focusing a lot on tourism,
Yes.
and northern areas as well. So I'm sure that once they will be once the tourism is promoted, then I'm sure the mountaineers will also get a good benefit out of it.
And their recognition.
Their recognition as well.
Sirbaz, thank you very much. It's been an honor. And I hope that you get through this, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Mr.
Thank you
Rakwani.
for having
It's
me.
been an honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please. We're going to leave it at that. This has been from this very special edition of Sports Extra. I've been as honored as I could be, like I said again. But, one thing is for sure, that imagine a 6-year-old boy in those mountains, grazing his cattle, looking up to those mountains and saying, I want to do this. And after these many years, becoming not only the first of them to do it without supplementary oxygen, but aiming even higher and higher. I think this is what makes us proud Pakistanis, and this is what makes the green, the white, and of course the star and the crescent shine as high as it could be. And waving that Pakistani flag atop of Mount Everest or any other mountain truly gives us that respect to love the land as well. We're going to leave it at that. Pakistan Zindabad. From me and the entire team of Sports Extra, it's goodbye for now.